Hello, everyone, and welcome to Up Supercast, the only podcast that is not prepared, ever. I'm your host, Muzzy, and joining me today is Brandon.
Wouldn't say ever. Like, we're prepared like 2% of the time.
And Ills.
We love Georgia, we hate Trumpists, and PogChamp is dead.
That is true. All of these things are true.
They are. Can't argue with that.
In the real world, it was quite an eventful week, the elections weren't even the biggest thing, there was a coup at the Capitol. That was interesting.
Interesting's a word for it, yeah.
A lot going on in the United States of America. But in the realm of video games, not as much. I'm going to be honest with you. First week of the year, it's just like, I guess, companies are just coming back to work. But you know who's ready? You know who's at the ready to just go and reveal new information about their upcoming video game? Capcom.
Of course.
Monster Hunter Rise digital event. They aired it this week. It was about 20 minutes long, something like that.
Yeah.
Let's just talk about that, shall we?
Sure.
So, right off the bat, they started with a new trailer, right? Third trailer we got, and it reveals some new information. I would say, arguably, the biggest new feature that they showed off in this trailer is the Wyvern riding mechanic.
Right.
So this replaces mounting from previous games. In previous titles, you could mount a monster and wail on it for a little bit, do some damage.
Knock it down.
And try to knock it down. In this one, it works a little differently. So you use so you got your wire bug, right? If you use silk bind attacks, you can start. You'll do some, I guess, invisible meter on it. I guess similar to the way mounting worked previously, right? But now this is specifically through wire bug attacks.
Well, there was a meter.
Right. Well, no, yeah, I'm saying getting to the point where you can mount. I guess, right. Or did you just have to jump on them? I don't remember. Yeah, I guess it didn't always work. Yeah,
no, I mean, sometimes you would jump and land attacks, and sometimes it would like do an animation where you're jumping on its back. So it's a little weird.
Right. It was So now once you do enough wire bug attacks with it, it'll show a big old prompt to ride the monster. Right now you can ride the monster, and when you're riding the monster, you can do all sorts of crazy things. So they all have their own movesets, it seems, which is crazy.
It's just like their moves, basically, that you're doing.
Yeah, you're just doing like the moves that they do, like and so like they on the prompt it shows you light attack and heavy attack, right? Mm-hmm. But I noticed if you hold back and do an attack, they do a different attack. So they all have like 4 attacks, it seems, at least. And they might even have their own combos. I haven't delved too deep into that, but it seems robust. It's a lot of fun. I'll say that much.
I didn't notice that, but that makes sense because like every fighting thing in Monster Hunter has like some weird depths to it that you don't know, like
that they don't explain.
Yeah, that they don't really explain.
Yeah. And so if you hold back, you do a different attack. So it's at a minimum. You're doing 4 different attacks here, it seems.
Yeah.
Seems pretty cool. I mean, this mechanic is super cool, right? You get to ride the monsters.
I like it a lot. I think it's super cool. And, but it seems difficult to, like, really aim where you want them to attack. Like, it's like an auto aim.
Yeah,
so it seems disconcerting.
I guess that we should mention, we played the demo, me and Els, right? Yeah. Because they released the demo same day after the presentation, a couple hours later. It crashed the eShop servers, by the way. So,
about what you would expect.
It seems to be a lot of interest in this title. But yeah, so we tried out the demo, and we'll dive into deeper impressions in a bit, I guess. But I guess first let me talk about the new stuff altogether. But yeah, the Wyvern riding mechanic, just it seems like. It's a little hard to wrangle them, I guess. But I guess that makes sense in a way, too, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, these are giant creatures that you're supposed to be fighting. Mm-hmm. So, taming them is no easy feat. But As far as other new things, they showed off a new locale. It's an ice theme locale, right? They showed off a bunch of returning monsters and a new monster. I forget what the new monster is called, but the big reveal.
Gotharrag or some shit like that.
Yeah, Gotharrag. That's what it was. He's a big old. How do you explain him?
I don't know, he's like a yeti.
Yeah, he's like a yeti.
And you can breathe frost breath onto his arm and make a frost blade and attack you with it.
Which this is pretty cool.
That's not the only new monster they showed, though. They also showed the flagship monster.
Well, Magnamollow we knew about.
We knew about it. All
right. Yeah. He's on the cover. And I guess they had teased him. This is the first proper look we got at Magnamollow. Mm-hmm. He's on the box art, of course, as he is the flagship monster. He's a big quadruped.
Yeah, he's like like a tiger.
Yeah, he kind of looks very tiger-esque. Yeah, but like not really. I guess at the same time.
Yeah, like a I don't know, demonic tiger.
Yeah, it looks cool.
What you will. He shoots like hellfire from his tail and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it looks pretty cool.
He's a cool-looking guy, and he's also getting an amiibo, by the way, Brandon.
Yeah. The amiibo looks really good.
Gotta buy amiibo of him.
Yeah, I pre-ordered him.
Even though I don't know how much interest you have in the game, but I know you get all the
very
amiibos.
little, but I might have to play it just because out of principle.
Yeah, you're getting 3 amiibos for it. You might as well, right? But then of course they showed off a lot of returning monsters. And one of the biggest one, I guess, would be the one they saved for the end, Mizutsune, which.
It's your favorite monster.
It is my favorite monster of what I played of Monster Hunter Generations.
No, your favorite monster of all time.
My favorite monster of all time. You know, I mean, yeah, that is true.
Wow. Malefesto is crying right now.
Malefesto is cool too, but Mizutsune. He's a giant water dragon, and he looks so elegant. You know, the mechanic in his fight. It's a pain in the ass, but it's a fun pain in the ass. You know, it's a hard fight. And one of his mechanics, which I really like, is he shoots like this giant. He shoots bubbles at you, right? And he shoots water beams at you, right? And occasionally, you'll get slippery because you just have too many bubbles on you, and it looks really stupid, but it's a lot of fun. Yeah, I really like this guy. A lot of people seem to like this guy. I think there's a reason Capcom saved this guy for the end, right?
Yeah. I mean, he's a great looking monster.
Clear fan favorite. For sure. Yeah, he just looks great.
And the interesting about like his bubble attacks, I think they now go upward. I'm not sure if they did that before, but I think that's to like, protect from wire bug jumps and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah, he definitely seems like he has new moves. And so I should mention, so in the demo you can fight two fights. There's the beginner quest, which you fight a great Izuchi. And then there's another quest where you fight Mizutsune, the intermediate quest. This one's, they call it intermediate. It's a fair bit harder.
Yeah. It's a lot harder than Izuchi.
Great Izuchi is very easy.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's just because we've now played Monster Hunter before, so maybe it's just easier for us. But it just seems like a really easy fight, right? And then Mizutsune just seems like a huge bump in difficulty.
Mm-hmm. Not to mention there are like Rathians also there.
Yeah, and there's other monsters in those quests. So like, so in the Great Izuchi quest, you'll find. I
don't remember his name. I can't help.
I had it.
It's like a badger dude.
Yeah, he's a big badger looking dude. Which and then in Mizutsune you got the Rathian, and you have I think Great Izuchi shows up in there too, right? Which is a great showpiece for the Wyvern riding mechanic, right?
Yeah.
And
I mean, technically, you can ride any monster. I don't know why it's called Wyvern riding.
Yeah, it's weird. I had the same thought because like most of those don't look like wyverns, right?
They aren't. Like you can ride the fucking the badger mole thing that we were just talking about.
It was called Wyvern riding for some reason, but. The demo, it's an interesting demo. It's also got 2 tutorial quests. One just to let you explore and learn the new mechanics with the wire bug and all that. Mm-hmm. And then...
the riding of the Palamute.
Yeah. And the riding of you could it shows you how to ride the Palamute, and then the other one shows you how to do Wyvern riding, right?
Yeah.
I wonder how good this demo is for newcomers, though. You know, like this is your first experience with Monster Hunter.
Well, Saf was playing with me like maybe 2 hours ago, and he seemed to grasp most of it. Like he was having a hard time with Mizutsune, but that was to be expected.
But that's definitely to be expected, right? Yeah, for sure. I mean, that gives Mizutsune gave us a hard time, you know.
Yeah.
And we fought Mizutsune like 10 times
or
in
more.
Monster Hunter Generations.
Who's to say?
More or less. So you know we're experts, but still he gives hard time. So interesting. You know, if that, you know, maybe this is a good entry point. The demo overall. I guess let's just talk about our impressions. So we are coming off of Generations, right? But I think most people are probably coming off World.
Yeah.
Right. So, mind you, my experience is going to be even more mind-blowing than maybe some of yours because, like, I'm so used to the stuff that World didn't even add, right?
Yeah. Oh,
and so, the stuff that was before World. So even just quality of life features like, you know, being able to drink a potion while you're
while moving
not
around, having a dumb fuck animation after drinking a potion.
You know,
having my fucking existence.
Not having any loading screens on the map.
Not having to fucking collect whetstones.
Collecting in general is just so much faster, and you don't have to hold pickaxes and fucking fishing nets and all that shit.
Oh my god,
you know?
Yeah,
just a lot of quality of life features from World that we're really appreciating, right?
Mm-hmm.
But even the stuff that Rise has added seems just really cool, and stuff I guess they've added back. Like, so the map. My general impression of the map, and I feel like this kind of tracks with everyone. It seems pretty empty, but I don't mind it because when I played World, I felt like there was aesthetics-wise there was too much going on, and I often got lost, right? And specifically on the map. No, in World.
Oh, I see. Okay.
In World, I got lost a lot, but in this one's much more empty, and it has the numbers that the previous titles had, and so I found myself being able to navigate this map a lot easier than I was able to navigate in World. You know,
coming off Generations didn't seem that empty. I don't know. Like,
yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess Generations, for sure. From Generations, it didn't seem that empty. I don't even mean empty in a bad way necessarily. I just mean like, you know, in World the maps were very busy. Yeah, that's what it was, and this is much less so. The new movement, the way movement works in this game, it's a ton of fun. It's a little janky, mind you. I think that climbing up is like, I think once I understand it more, it'll be easier. But it was a little hard, but it was a lot of fun, right?
Oh, climbing up with the wire bug, you mean?
Yeah, climbing up with the wire bug.
Yeah, I don't understand how you can keep them wall running. I think it's just for a limited time.
So I've seen some.
You just have to wire bug again. Yeah,
I've seen some interesting tech from like streamers and stuff where they're navigating like crazy, and I'm like, I want to learn how to do that. Mm-hmm. Where they're just able to zip up a mountain real quick, and I am not there yet. But
were they using a great wire bug or?
No, even just with their regular wire bug, they're just zipping across, climbing up, then they'll hold onto the wire bug for a little bit, and then just climb back up, and they're able to get to real high places that I wasn't really able to as well. But
I don't know. I feel like I'm getting better with it. Like I played with it a little bit more while I was waiting for Saf to do the tutorial, and I feel like every time I just like drop off a wall run, I can just hop right back on with the wire bug and be on my way.
So I could notice myself even getting better with it as it goes. It's definitely just new, I guess, right? So it's hard. Yeah. I love it already for sure.
Yeah.
I also like that it gives every weapon some new attacks, right? Mm-hmm. It's a lot of fun. Just the whole wire. Yeah.
Not the ranged weapons apparently, or at least the bow did not seem to have a wire bug attack.
Oh, so I figured it out. That has a different button combination for some reason.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
so
then
So
is
what does it
another
do?
thing that I guess they don't really explain. Maybe you have to do the tutorial with that weapon for them to explain that. I don't know.
I doubt it. It didn't seem like they did any weapon specific.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's a completely different like button combination. It's so weird. It's like R and B instead of ZL and like X or A.
Okay.
Yeah, weird.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, so every weapon does seem to like get some sort of like wire bug. Like I don't not necessarily attack. Some of them are like more like evasive maneuvers or whatever, right? Or something of that sort. But the wire bug, I feel like really. I mean, that's the focus of this game, I guess, right? And it really just kind of brings the whole thing together. I'm liking its features quite a bit. What it's kind of brought along to the gameplay. The other
I
big
like
thing
it
is
a
the
lot. I
power
mean,
moves. Oh, you got?
Well, we were talking about the Wyvern riding, and you need the wire bug for that. The one thing I'm a little confused about is how much you have to hit a monster with the wire bug. Like, there's no like indication, but I guess that's just normal Monster Hunter stuff.
Yeah, just just something
That's
like
just
that. At some point, you will fill the invisible gauge that lets you lets you ride it.
Yeah, like I never felt like I was getting anywhere with the hammer trying to do wire bug attacks. It didn't seem like it was leading to, mounting, anything like that. But I don't know.
I did. So there are two ways to get around. There's another big thing about this game seems to be the endemic life, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then so like a lot of the creatures throughout the map will give you special abilities or special buffs or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And these can be just something as simple as they increase your HP or defense or stamina for a little bit or attack, right?
Or an extra charge of the wire bug.
Yeah, an extra charge of the wire bug. I saw one little, I think it was like a bunny. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it for 5 uses it made like my heals better.
Mm-hmm.
Any healing item I used had a more potent effect.
Yeah.
And then one of them that they showed off in the digital event was a spider, and this spider lets you instantly ride a monster.
Yeah, you can trap a monster basically.
Yeah.
To make them to prep them for riding.
Yeah. So there's I guess ways to get around that, right? But it's still not super clear.
And the Palamute.
Yeah, the Palamute. I mean, just being able to zip across the map is great.
Yeah.
And use items while you're zipping across the map.
It feels a little bit broken because you can use items on it, but yeah.
Like you can fucking whetstone on that thing, you can potion on that thing, you can
eat rations, you can do
eat
everything.
rations,
basically.
fill up your stamina while you're running much faster than you normally would, right?
Yeah. And I mean, basically, if you hold A at any point, like it's gonna attach to you, so you can just do it like almost anywhere.
Yeah, like I mean, you could even theoretically use it as an evasive maneuver, right?
Yeah, you have to sheath your weapon, but yeah.
Yeah, just sheath your weapon, call your dog, and then just start healing while you're running away.
Yeah.
Like, and a lot of this, especially coming from Generations, really feels broken. I'm sure the game is designed around this, right? But like,
yeah,
it feels
I figure
broken.
like the monsters must be harder or hit harder or something like that to balance it out because, yeah.
I feel like Superman. You know, I feel like I can do anything.
You want to do the pose after you drink the potion, but you don't have to.
Yeah, no, I no longer have to now, right? But I want to do the Superman pose after. And I would be remiss not to mention that this game is gorgeous.
Yeah.
There was a lot of speculation because we knew there was a PC version coming from leaks, right? And then there's also all those murmurs about Switch Pro, right? And so there was a lot of conversation around, is this Switch Pro footage? Is this PC footage? No, everything they showed you in those trailers was running on a base Switch. You know? I've now seen it with my own eyes to confirm. And it runs solid too, right?
Yeah. I mean, the environment in the demo is so nice looking.
It looks so... And then the monsters look incredible.
Yeah, Mizu looks amazing.
Mizutsune just is... Oh, it's so pretty in this game.
Can't wait to see the other guys.
This has definitely shot up to be the game I'm most excited for. Without a doubt.
One of them for me, for sure.
Yeah, it just seems like... It feels like the best of Monster Hunter, you know? It just feels like it's just hitting on all cylinders. It's just everything people liked about the older games, but with all the quality of life stuff with World, but also moving the series forward with the wire bug and the Palamute and all that, you know?
Yeah, I want to see what the town looks like though, and like I really just I wish it was March already.
Yeah, I really wish it was March already. That the demo has definitely made me feel that way. Mm-hmm. So the weird thing about the demo, I should mention, it is a limited thing. After February 1st, right? Something like that. You can no longer play the demo. And even within the demo, there's only 30 tries. You can delete your save data to get 30 tries back. Which is a funny oversight. But then it's like, why even put that limit in the first place? Mm-hmm. Right? Data mining seems to point that there's going to be a hard quest in the second demo that they released. So they're going to have the same 2 quests, right? But then they're going to add Magnamollow.
Oh, God.
As the hard quest for us to try out. That's what data mining seems to point to. But
well, that should be fun.
Yeah.
Why would you put your flagship monster there though?
Yeah, I don't know. That is weird, right? Like, because that would be like a late game thing. You know, that's like the thing you're looking forward to, right? But
yeah, I mean, and then you're gonna have to beat it. Like, some people are gonna have to beat it like 30 times by that point. Like,
yeah,
it's gonna lose some of the luster.
Yeah, that is a weird choice. I mean, of course, Demo 2... So I should mention, Demo 2 is not even officially confirmed, right?
Right.
And all this could change. We might not even get a second demo, but that's what leaks seem to point to. Is that that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I kind of hope it's not true. Or if there is a second demo, it's somebody else.
Yeah, it's just, like, I don't know, Rathalos. No, not Rathalos. Rathalos is boring.
You hate Rathalos.
Someone new.
Why do you hate Rathalos so much?
I think I hate Raytheon more. Raytheon's in the demo. Raytheon's not a fun fight. You know?
You're just mad because you get poisoned all the time.
Yes, I get poisoned all the time, and if I'm not...
How about you don't get hit by the tail?
If I don't get poisoned, you know what happens? I get burned.
How about you don't stand in front of his mouth?
I mean, no, the poison's much more annoying, though. Jesus Christ.
Big true. But they provide you with antidotes. So
yeah, they give you antidotes. They give you all the items you need, and it's fine. Fun demo, though. Fun game. Looking forward to it. Monster Hunter Rise. I'm looking forward to hearing more. I just want the game already, though, to be honest. I don't know what else there is that they could reveal that would get me excited, but...
They don't need to reveal anything else.
I'm ready to play the game. I'm just ready to play the game. March 26th. Okay. Well, that's not all the news, believe it or not. There's some other little tidbits. Next Level Games is being acquired by Nintendo.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like this is a long time coming.
So this is interesting for a couple of reasons. You say it's a long time coming, but at the same time, Nintendo is known to have these long-standing partners that they do not acquire, right? I mean, for example, Intelligent Systems, who makes Fire Emblem, they've been with Nintendo since the beginning. They are not owned by Nintendo. You know, HAL Laboratory, makers of Kirby, same deal. Pokemon, Game Freak, right? Game Freak. These are all partners that Nintendo has had, but they don't own them. And it seemed like Next Level Games was just another one of those, but no, they mentioned in the press release or whatever it was that all the shares of Next Level Games were owned by its employees and its owners, like
directors.
Yeah, but they were ready to sell, and I guess I'm guessing because they have this partnership with Nintendo, they went to Nintendo first, right? Yeah. There's some speculation that maybe did Microsoft try to buy them or whatever. I don't know how much all that is true. We don't know about any of that. But it seems clearly though they were looking to sell, and Nintendo clearly saw value in holding them down, right?
Yeah, I mean they've been trusted for so long.
Yeah, I mean this is a studio that has been working with Nintendo since the GameCube, right? Since Super Mario Strikers, right? Yeah. And has made a steady stream of just really, really, really good games. And in particular...
I love Mario Strikers.
Yeah, Mario Strikers, absolutely. But then they also made Punch-Out!, which was fantastic, right?
True.
They made both Luigi's Mansion games, and they made Federation Force, which we don't talk about. But
both as in 2 and 3.
Yeah, 2 and 3. The two more recent ones.
Why don't we talk about Federation Force? Why is nobody talking about Federation?
I mean, okay. And I'm going to assume the Luigi's Mansion series in particular is probably the biggest factor here, right?
3, I would say.
Yeah, 3.
So these are both games that sold over 6 million copies. Luigi's Mansion 3 is on its way to selling 10 million copies, right? Mm-hmm. This is a very valuable studio, clearly, to Nintendo. And so it makes sense that they'd want to lock them down. So this is a Canada-based studio. So this is their third Western studio. Only their third Western studio. They have NST, Nintendo Software Technology, I think is what it stands for, which makes like Mario vs. Donkey Kong, and they port things. They used to work on other things that I can't remember, but nothing particularly noteworthy, I think. Mm-hmm. And then of course they have Retro, right? Makers of Metroid Prime and Donkey Kong Country, the newer Donkey Kong Country games, right? So yeah, they have 3 Western studios now. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Any other acquisitions Nintendo should be looking to make? I guess I just have to mention this.
All of them. They need to buy Konami.
They need to buy Konami.
Oh God.
Save.
They should have bought. They should have bought Hudson. I feel like before Konami did, because they had a long-standing partnership with Hudson. I feel like, right? Because like Hudson made all the Mario Party games.
Yeah, but then they took employees from Hudson and made ND Cube, who makes Mario Party now.
Oh, okay. Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Well,
that is what happened.
Basically took them anyway.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting.
They could have got those IPs, right? Like Bomberman and shit.
Yeah. But we've seen in the past. This is a new strategy for Nintendo for sure. People could say it's expected or whatever, but like this is not something Nintendo normally does, right?
Not at
Even
all.
Something as of recent, like Alpha Dream, who was going out of business. Nintendo did not come in to swoop.
They did not care. They just said, "See you later."
Dream made some shitty games.
Well, they made some good games, and then they made some not so good games. So.
But like I wonder like how much is it motivated by just? I mean, I guess Luigi's Mansion is just a multi-million selling franchise, right? Versus how much is it just maybe in this day and age, in the HD era, they're now realizing it's more important than ever they need talent, right? to keep up with their platform. Making HD games is hard. They can't afford to lose any partners, I guess. So
It's true.
I don't know if there's any other of their partners that they already like. If we're gonna compare it to Next Level Games, I guess we should compare it to studios they've worked with, right?
Right.
I don't think HAL or Intelligent Systems or Game Freak are in any danger of leaving them.
No,
right?
definitely not. Like Grizzo, right? That's one of them, right?
Grizzo, yeah, that's one of their newer partners.
Yeah.
They did Link's Awakening on Switch. They did the 3DS Zelda remakes, right?
Yeah.
They perhaps they can maybe they need to be locked down. I don't know. They clearly they
Nintendo to buy everything. When you were bemoaning Microsoft buying studios.
What about Good Feel?
Good Feel, makers of Yoshi and Yoshi's Woolly World and Craft World.
Sexy.
What?
You guys forgot about that?
Yeah, Princess Peach sex game.
Oh yeah,
it was trending on Twitter.
I'm remembering that now. Yeah, they made the Yoshi. They made Kirby's Epic Yarn. They made Wario Land Shake It. I won't call it by. At least there's no Europeans here to try to argue that with me.
It's called,
but they made some good games. I don't know what their last game though. They did make a Switch game, right? They made the
they made Crafted World.
It was weird. That was a weird one because it wasn't a bad game, but it wasn't.
A lot of like really apparent flaws. A lot of just really apparent flaws in that game, I would say.
Yeah.
A lot of weird design choices.
Yeah.
Another interesting one, I guess, would be Mercury Steam, who they've only worked on one game so far, Metroid: Samus Returns, right? But I think it would be nice to have a steady in-house Metroid maker.
2D Metroid maker.
2D Metroid maker, because Retro's back on Prime, of course, right? Mind you, Mercury Steam is very big, and I imagine they're working on just a lot more than just 2D Metroid, and they're probably working on 2D Metroid anyway, right? But it would give me peace of mind to know that 2D Metroid just has a consistent developer, you know, and not just contract work.
Do you think we're gonna get a new 2D Metroid anytime soon?
I really do. I think that this year we're gonna get a 2D Metroid. I think, and it's gonna be made by Mercury's team. I feel like I would be very surprised if Samus Returns was a one-off, you know, especially because it very much did tease the future of Metroid at the end of it.
Oh God.
I don't know. I can't. I hope it's a new game and not like another remake of Fusion or Super or something like that, right? Because
I mean, it's probably gonna be a remake.
Do you think so? A fucking remake or
Probably.
just...
No.
We've only had
we
4
don't need
2D Metroid games, 5 including Other M.
Look, I feel like Metroid 2 being remade made sense.
Yeah, because it was an old crusty Game
I feel
Boy
like
game,
it needed to.
right?
Yeah.
No map.
And the first one got remade. I don't think anyone after that needs.
No, they all hold. I mean, Super Metroid clearly holds up. It's number 1 on the list currently, right?
Tied for number
yeah.
1. But
Number 1.
And it's available to every Switch owner that has an online subscription right now, right? That is not a game that needs to be remade in the slightest.
No.
And then Metroid Fusion, just give us the original. You know, just put Game Boy Advance games on NSO. You know.
Oh God.
That'd be nice.
You're asking for a whole nother thing right there.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope Metroid is alive. 2D Metroid. I'm optimistic. This year. This is the year that we're going to see Metroid 5. Mark it in. Yeah.
Metroid 5.
I'm calling it Metroid 5.
Didn't we already have Metroid 5?
No.
Oh no,
Other M
M's
technically
not
is
Metroid 5,
mother
like,
is 2
takes place
3.5? 2.5?
It takes place after it takes
3.5.
place Super Metroid.
Yeah.
Between Super Metroid
And Fusion.
So. Yeah. If you want to even.
Yeah, so that's 3. We need Metroid 5, you know. Move the story forward. It's time.
Yeah.
It's been time for like 15 years.
Long time. Long time. Alright. As far as other news goes, King of Fighters 15 was revealed with a short 50-second trailer. I only bring this up because I think it's interesting, because SNK has seemed dead for a while, but they've kind of been on a resurgence, right? And notoriously, King of Fighters 14, this is the first time they shifted to 3D, right? And people hated it because it looked so ugly, right? I mean, anything was going to be a downgrade from the beautiful sprite work from the previous games, but like, that was just an ugly game even without that context, right? Then Samurai Showdown came out a fair few years later. Positive reception, really good, and it looks better. And I think King of Fighters 15, at least graphically, already looks pretty good. Like, it looks good. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't show much, but what they showed.
It's at least not the disgusting garbage that was 14, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember what.
It's really ugly. It is really ugly.
I know that 13 was sprites still. And that game I saw recently was coming out for free on Xbox Games with Gold, and I was like, okay. And I kind of checked it out, and I was like, okay, this is still like 2D sprites in this game.
Yeah, all the way till 13. No, it took them till the 14th entry to get to 3D models, and they're sticking with it. But at least it looks good now. So they didn't really release any information. This was just a teaser. No platforms, nothing. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's there. It exists. It looks cool. I'm excited to see it at EVO if EVO still is a thing.
I don't know if it'll happen this year, but I think it'll be a thing again eventually. One day.
Someday.
Who can say?
All right. Well, that's the news. But not a lot. But we talked a lot about Monster Hunter though. We have one more thing to do though, of course, before we sign off, and that is the list.
The list.
So, follow along in the pastement in the description below. You're gonna want to do that because you need to follow along to even keep track of what's going on. Because what we do every week, we add a game, and we add it to this list that we rank it against every other game that's been on the list before, right? And so what? So for example, last week we added Kirby Planet Robobot. Got to number 60. Shit, I lost it. 68.
8?
No. Oh yeah, yes. Okay, yeah. Got to number 68, and now that's just there. It's at number 68 against all these other games, right? And
it's not guaranteed.
Really well.
Not guaranteed it's going to be there forever.
But this week, what are we adding, else?
Oh, I guess, yeah. We're adding, well, since it's only the three of us, we're adding Mario Kart DS. As you can tell, the Mario Kart game for the DS.
Good description.
It's Mario Kart.
On the DS.
Okay.
I think the one notable thing should be mentioned about Mario Kart DS, right? And I think the reason that people hold this game in such high regard compared to other Mario Kart games, besides Mario Kart 8, right, is the mission mode, right?
That is not. Hold on. I
mean,
that's
the
big
biggest
thing,
thing, I should say.
Well, when I first think of Mario Kart DS, I think this is the first Mario Kart game that you could play online.
Oh, that's a fair point, actually.
So, yeah, that's what I think of when I think of Mario Kart DS.
Fair play. Yeah, so it's the first online playing Mario Kart. That's a huge deal. Actually. Yeah.
Yeah. It was awesome at the time. I played the.
But I guess I would say the reason why it's maybe like the reason why it still gets brought up, I should say, right? The reason that people still want to go back to it, right? Versus say Mario Kart Wii or 7 or whatever, right? Is the mission mode.
People love that mission mode.
It's an interesting single player thing, right? Like it gives you things to do, you know.
It was neat. I don't. The weird thing is, I for some reason remember it just being like short.
Oh, it's very short, but it it was a interesting new take on single player Mario Kart. You know.
Yeah, it's a cool idea. There was like a boss fight. You fought like one of the bullies.
Yeah. They would have little objectives, you know, and then you'd have to complete bosses to get to the next level, and then I think there was only a couple levels. There was not that many.
Yeah, it didn't take that long to beat. Like I said, it's very short.
It was fun. It was neat. You know, single player Mario Kart is usually pretty fraught. You know, it's your Grand Prix and it's a versus race, the time trials. But they're all basically the same thing, right? You're just racing against AI, essentially, right?
Yeah.
And this gave you something different to do. That's cool. But otherwise, it's Mario Kart on the DS. I'm never going to go back to it.
There's a couple things that I thought were neat there with it being on the DS. One, I mean, at the time, it was really cool to have your map on the bottom screen.
True.
To have that there while you're racing. You had different views on it. You know, you could have it small or big, you know, zoomed in, or just have like the whole map and kind of see where everybody is. That's kind of cool. And I'm trying to remember what else. Oh, you had the touchscreen, right? Every cart had like a logo on it, right? Like Mario had the M or whatever. But you could personalize it if you want. You could draw your own logo, and then when you play online, that logo is what you basically your character profile. Like it's not only on your car, but when somebody passes you, it has your name with the little picture of your logo next to it, which was I thought really cool. I liked drawing just different things, and you know, lots of penises would drive by you, but that's neither here nor there. It was fun. I liked it. Yeah, pretty normal. If you give people the option to draw stuff, I mean, penises are gonna be the first thing they draw probably, but it was still really fun. I really liked that. I loved the online play in the game. I thought when I don't remember when this game came out, but I was a teenager at the time, and just playing Mario Kart online was really fucking cool. 2005, yeah. So I was in high school, and I just thought it was really fucking cool. I was like, wow, I'm playing Mario Kart online, just sitting on the couch having a great time. And that memory lasts with me. And I remember the tracks being pretty fun too. There was the Sunshine one, right? That people like a lot. The pier. That's a really cool track. Mario, Waluigi Pinball, I think was
Yeah,
originally
Waluigi
from the
Pinball
DS.
comes from
People
DS.
love that
For
too.
sure it does.
Yeah. Also, you could be Rob
Also, you could be Rob.
in that game. Yeah. The only Mario Kart game where you could just randomly be Rob in it, so that was fun. Also, I think it's the first Mario Kart game where they had like unique. Oh no!
No,
Because
GameCube had that for sure.
like different
Double Dash,
cars.
yeah.
Yeah. But the DS also had that trend. They each had like different cars that they could drive. They weren't all just straight up go karts. They had different options. So.
Yeah, that was definitely very neat.
Yeah, I think that was more. It was a little bit more fleshed out than the GameCube one, right? Because the GameCube one it was based on like it was more based on like weight classes, but I think this one was based on your character more than just the weight class. So yeah, it was cool. Good game. I like it.
Good game.
Graphics kind of shitty now. 3DS or
but
DS
hey, it
graphics,
was a 3D Mario
graphics.
Kart on a handheld, right? That's
Yeah, and it played
well. Snaking annoying, but you know what? That's fine.
Snaking was bad online when snaking started taking over.
Didn't that break the game basically?
I mean, I guess if everyone's doing it, then it's not broken. But the problem is you have to do it just to keep up, and it just hurts your thumb.
It did hurt your thumb, and it was the only way to even keep up with people, which was just annoying. I was like, God damn, I just want to play this game like regular, you know. Once snaking happened, that was bad, but still.
Where do you want to put it, Ills?
How do you feel it ranks up to Sonic All-Stars Racing Transformed?
Number is that? It's 116.
Yep. I'm asking you a question though.
Yeah. I think. Well, here's the thing. I've very, very lightly touched Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. I've done like 2 races in that game, so I thought it was cool, but I don't have a lot of experience with it. So for me personally, I think Mario Kart DS is better, but again, that's not really super fair.
I'm trying to think now. I think they're pretty comparable, to be honest. I think well, what was Sonic's like single player situation like? Do you remember?
No.
The racing in Sonic is good, right? The whole gimmicks end up working really well. The plane and the water. It's a really fun controlling racing game. But is it Mario Kart good?
Well, Mario Kart DS good. It's already above Mario Kart 64.
Oh yeah, Mario Kart 64 just sucks ass though.
Wow. Some people are really mad about that.
You know what?
Did Mario Kart DS, did it have a battle mode? I think it did.
I think
right?
it did. I'm willing to put
It
Mario
must
Kart
have.
below Sonic. Yeah.
Wow.
Why?
I think Sonic is more. I think Sonic. If I go back to Sonic, it would hold up better. I think than Mario Kart DS.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's just what it comes down to.
It did have a balloon battle mode.
Okay.
I don't know. I think Sonic would just hold up better than Mario Kart DS would. But is that just because like it's harder to go back to like the same franchise and it's older, right? That I don't know.
I remember liking Sonic. Like I remember Sonic All Stars Racing Transform more
Mario
than
Kart
I did
DS.
Mario Kart DS.
It was more new, that's for sure.
Well, no way.
Why does Sonic need a car to race?
Mario Kart 64 is not that much lower. I just saw where Mario Kart 64 is. So if we did put it lower, it wouldn't go that much lower.
Yeah, we don't hate it. Only you hate Mario Kart 64.
I would put. Oh, I mean, yeah, definitely Mario Kart DS is better than Mario Kart 64.
What if we slotted Mario Kart
that's
DS
for sure.
like right above Alundra? Let's just put it a little bit higher.
Wow.
I'm also willing to put it lower. I feel like a lot of these games are fairly even in my estimation. So, you know, if you want to put it like right above Golden Sun, I'm fine with that too.
Well, you hate Golden Sun too, so it's not saying much. Sure.
Golden Sun?
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to put it below Golden Sun, I'm
yeah.
fine with that. That was just what I was thinking, but...
No, that's fine.
Okay. Mario Kart DS. Number 118. So surrounding it is 116, Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transform. 117, we got Kirby's Epic Yarn. Then we got Mario Kart DS, Golden Sun, Chibi Robo. And right below that is Mario Kart 64. So...
Mario Kart DS better than Mario Kart 64.
Confirmed.
All you people who love Mario Kart 64. It's 100%
confirmed. There's no doubt about it now. So... Alright, well that's the podcast. That's the list and that's the podcast. Il's going to take us out and Brendan will do plugs.
Absolutely
Oh.
not. Brandon can
I'll take us out then.
Wow. Okay, alright. Fine. Hey, everybody. If you enjoyed listening to the Jump Up Supercast, make sure you check us out on your favorite podcast listening service of your choice, including SoundCloud, iTunes, and YouTube, where new episodes of the Jump Up Supercast go up every single Monday. And we have another show, the Jump Up Supercast Game Club. Episodes go up every other Thursday. It's a show where we basically, it's like a book club, but for video games. And me, Ills, and Noah play a game every 2 weeks, and then we talk about it. And we just uploaded an episode about Firewatch this past Thursday. So if you want to listen to that. And we're playing Hercules, Disney's Hercules right now. And by playing, I mean it took an hour and a half and I beat it already. So not playing it again. But I'll talk about it. So if you want to hear us talk about that game again, every other Thursday. So check it out. Give us a follow, give us a like, give us a share. Feel free to let us know where you would have put Mario Kart DS on the list in the comments below. Also, did you play Monster Hunter demo? If you did, well, tell us what you thought about it. Are you going to buy the amiibos like me and not buy the game? Are you a crazy person? Let us know. And if you want to support the podcast, we do have a Patreon. For $1 a month, you get a chance to choose one of our Game Club games every round. Firewatch, by the way, was a Patreon pick, so we had that. That was fun. So if you really want to play, want us to play a certain game, you can do that. $1 a month to help support the podcast. And you can join our Discord server and talk to us about video games. And you can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram to talk to us about games there too. And to stay up to date, everything Jump Up Supercast related. You can even watch us streaming on twitch.tv/Jump Up Supercast. So if you want to talk to us about video games, there's a lot of outlets. So I have no excuses. Don't say, oh, I want to talk about this game, but I can't contact you guys. Bullshit. You fucking listen to the podcast. There's so many options for you. I don't want to hear your bullshit excuse, all right? Talk to us about video games. And anyway, thank you guys for listening. And Ills, no, not Ills, sorry. Ills, you don't have to say anything. Muzzy, you can say something, but I'm afraid of what it's going to be.
No need to be afraid. I'm just here to say that I'm ready for a direct. It's time. Nintendo, give me a direct.